Hello everybody, back again with a Meaxy, a true Meaxy build video for update 50. Now, this build is a lot different from what I usually use, and there's a few reasons for this. I've always wanted to try and stop as really traditional as possible for Sorcerer, using 3 shields, but obviously with the power scaling, with subclassing, and especially DK right now, I've went for a little bit more modernization. Still a true Meaxy, still not using any hybridization whatsoever. I'm still using traditional sorcerer abilities, but there's no 3 shields involved. There's only 2. And what I will say about this build is that even though that the meta is really against a Meaxy right now, this is probably the strongest builds that I've had in a while. For being a little bit more adventurous with me build, trying new things, and it's worked very successfully, and I'm going to be bringing you this build out, and this build will no doubt work next patch, especially with the masteries. So let's get into it. I will go for the actual build first. So Lightning Staff of Ancient Grace. Ideally you want it in sharpened for PvP. I was experimenting with resistance on the front bar to see how much damage I would lose. It's too significant, so always keep sharpened on. Restoration Staff of Ancient Grace in defending with weapon damage enchantment. Mighty Tune Trainee in heavy, all crit resist because critical damage right now is ridiculous. Mighty Tune Arm Cops for the 511. Now, Crafty Elfique. I am not running any defensive sets on this build whatsoever, simply because of the fact that I've found it more beneficial to have way bigger shield size and more HP. And I've optimized this build so that it caters to that. So, Crafty Elfique, all in light. Crafty Elfique Amulet, 1 Triune with weapon and spell damage. Death Dealer's Feet, in protective with weapon and spell damage. As you will notice, this build has a lot more damage than previous, because there's a lot of haters out there that don't even play a true Meaxy that say, oh well, the build has no damage. Okay pal, well I'll just create a build that has damage and I'll just do even better on it, so what's your point? So Death Dealers, staple of this build. Ancient Grace in protective as well. The reason that we're going to protective is simply because of the fact that when your shield go down, it gives you a little bit more protection, and you're not losing that much damage if you get rid of 2 arcane. Next patch, totally different. You do not need protective, but I'll create a build video for that. So that is the actual build itself, but what's really important is the skills that I am using. You must be able to use these skills for this build to work, okay? Bound Aegis, self-explanatory. Crystal Frags, self-explanatory. Regen Ward. Right, do not use Hardened Ward on this build, okay? The reason being, whilst Hardened Ward does give you a larger shield, right, Regenerative Ward actually gives you like a 1.7k heal on top, with all the max magicka stacked, right, on this build, which is very good. Plus, you get an 11k shield in PvP on this. It's a huge shield still, so use regen ward. Now, Dazing Soul. I must admit, this really surprised me how fantastic this actually is. Sorc really, really badly needed a stun, right? Yes, we have Streak, but it's not reliable enough when you're doing your combo for all the combo to land, okay? Yes, this spammable is less damage. It is less damage, it's half. But since you have so much more damage on this build, okay, you simply do not need that spammable damage. So as long as you can time crystal frags with curse, you will be fine, okay? So I've got damage over time and breach, because you will have a lot of penetration on this build. Endless Fury. You actually don't need to use this. I've been experimenting with elemental weapon here. By all means, put elemental weapon on. It is actually very good. If in the refresh they don't do anything good to Endless Fury, I may actually go back to elemental weapon. But for now, I'll stick with Endless. Ice Comet. I think it pairs very well with Dazing Soul. If you stun your enemy and have that hitting them, then they're gonna get like hit really hard. So there's that. Horton Curse, self-explanatory. Dampen Magic. Now, this shield, the reason that you're not going to use Hardened Ward is because Dampen Magic is your Hardened Ward equivalent. Okay? This gives you roughly the same size as Hardened Ward. That's why I'm not using Hardened Ward, I'm using Regen Ward. Okay? Use Dampen Magic. Degeneration, you actually do not need to use this. You can use Crit Surge if you must. Now, Ball of Lightning. Extremely important that you use this on this build, okay? We are no longer using Streak because we have a stun on Dazing Soul, so we do not need to use Streak. With the amount of immobilizations and stuns that are in Cyrodiil right now, especially with DK being the way it is, just get away. Remove yourself from the situation immediately, right? Because you're not using any defensive sets, so you're not as tanky, unless you can keep your shields up like I can. Just get out of there, and Ball of Lightning will allow you to do this, right? Please use Ball of Lightning. You could argue in a duel you could use Streak if you so desired, but not required. And Dark Conversion. The staple, the greatness of Dark Conversion. This is such a good skill. I've been wanting to use it for a while over Healing Ward. Healing Ward was just not cutting it anymore with all the damage in Cyrodiil. So I've changed to Dark Conversion. You will need this 100%, as you will not have enough sustain if you do not. And Life Giver. Simply far too good to give up. The amount of times this has saved me when I've getting whammed on by like 2 or 3 DKs. I've popped this, absolutely spammed Ball of Lightning, and I'm just out of there. Just removed myself from the situation, you know. So that this build complements everything that you're using very well. You've still got a stun in Dazing Soul. You've still got a lot of burst because you've got crafty LV on. You've still got huge shields because you've got dampen magic. You still have a heal on ward because you're using regen ward. Like, it covers everything. It's such a good build, and I'm glad that I'm bringing it to you. As for the stats, this is unbuffed, by the way. 48k mag, 27k health, 19k stam. That's without Death Dealers procced or our Blood Magic procced. Roughly, you will get 56k max mag with about 30k health. Very good, very good. 60 into Magicka, 4 into health. The Mage Mundus. And I am a Breton. I would highly, highly, highly recommend a Breton on this build. Highly recommend it. Simply because of the fact that DKs exist. And I know sometimes they use corrosive, right? But that extra spell resistance that you get helps a lot when they're not in corrosive. Okay? Really, really powerful spell resistance on a Breton. Plus, you get a 7% cost reduction. So, when I say spam Ball of Lightning because you get a 7% cost reduction on it with Breton. And you need to do this patch. So, there's the actual build. Now, the CP is incredibly important also, okay? We are actually all defense CP. All defense CP besides Arcane Supremacy. The amount of damage, okay, that you have on this build with Minor Berserk, Blood Magic increasing your max mag, Crafty Elfique 2 weapon and spell damage, like 15k pen, you simply do not need Deadly Aim or Master at Arms, okay? You just do not need it. If you feel as if that your rotation is not up to speed and you need that little bit more damage, by all means put one of these on, and especially in a duel, okay? I would take off Arcane Supremacy and one defense CP and put these two on. You will hit so hard, like ridiculously hard, okay? But be wary because you have no defense sets and you're in light armor, so take that in mind. Please bear that in mind. But you have big shields. If you can keep your shields up, you will live. So, Duelist Rebuff. I would never take this off an open world. In fact, I would never take any of these off an open world. Resilience, Ironclad, Duelist Rebuff, and Arcane Supremacy. Again, you do not need, you just don't need these. Not in open world, no. If you feel like putting one on, put them on, but I'm completely fine with it. Especially with, like, I've been hitting people with like 13k frags. So, without it, so it's decent damage. And these passives are very important as well. DCP, Bastion, never take it off. Pain's Refuge, never take it off. Relentlessness, never take it off. And Sustained by Suffering. I recommend this highly because the amount of times that you just need to constantly keep Dark Exchange up and keeping Streak and Shields up when they're so expensive, this helps a lot. Now, if you feel as if that you want to play around with any of them, go ahead. I would recommend taking this off if you did want to choose something. You could put Juggernaut on, more health, Fortified if you really wanted it, but I think you can't go wrong with more sustain. Okay? And the green CP makes no difference to the build. So yeah, that is my new and updated Meaxy build for update 50. and I really hope you enjoyed the 2vx and 1vx, and I will catch you in the next one.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive.